Hello children, today we will discuss about one more important topic better, that is mole concept. Okay, it is almost related to 10th standard SSC syllabus, CBSE and ICSE also. Here one sum I gave better. Look at this. Calculate the amount of aluminium required to get 1120 kilograms of iron. Okay, that is your question. Okay, calculate the amount of aluminium required to get 1120 kilograms of iron. Okay, so here what they are asking, you have to calculate the amount of aluminum, how much it is required to get this much of iron. That is your question. Okay, now here what we have to do initially here, first of all you have to write the balanced equation which is related to aluminum and iron. That is important. Okay, look at this here. Aluminum reacts with the iron oxide and giving iron and aluminum oxide. Okay, after balancing here 2 moles of aluminum reacts in this reaction and 2 moles of iron is produced. That is the information given from this balanced chemical equation. Okay, now here aluminum, here how many moles are reacting here? 2 moles reacting. And 2 moles means here how much amount it is? Here 2 into 27 equal to 54 grams. Okay, 27 means here it is the atomic weight of aluminum. Okay, that is you have to substitute 1 mole of aluminum, it is equal to 27 grams. So it is equal to mass number. Okay, so 2 into 27 into 54 grams into 2 into 27 is equal to 54 grams. Now here iron, 2 into iron. Okay, how many moles it is? 2 moles. So 2 into 56 because 56 is the atomic weight of iron. Okay, understood. So 2 into 56 means how much it is? 112 grams. Okay, so here from the equation what you can understand here, 2 into 27 into is equal to 54 grams. So 54 grams of aluminium is required to get 112 grams of iron. Okay, so here 54 grams of aluminium is required to get 112 grams of iron. This information given from your chemical equation only. Okay, now here compare this information with this sum beta. Okay, now so here in this sum what they are asking here, calculate the amount of aluminum which is required to get this much of iron. Okay, that is your question. So here 54 grams of aluminum is required to get this much of iron. So how much aluminum is required to get 1120 here kilograms is given, so you have to converting into the grams. Okay, so into 1000 grams. So understand beta, here 54 grams of aluminium is required to get 112 grams of iron. So how much amount of aluminium is required to get this much of iron? That is your question. Okay, so x equal to, okay, x equal to here cross multiplication, 54 into cross multiplication, 54 into 1120 into 1000 by 112. Okay, now here 10 times, 10 into 1000, 10,000 into 54 or else 54. So 5,40,000 grams better. 5,40,000 grams or 540 kilograms. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, this is your question. And first of all you have to write the chemical equation, balanced equation, and next from the equation you have to get something information. Okay, how many moles of aluminum is required to get how many moles of iron. Okay, so here 54 grams of aluminum is required to get 112 grams of iron. Okay, so how much amount of aluminum is required to get this much of iron? That is your question. Okay, like this you have to calculate to get the answer. So this is the important sum in the mole concept. Okay. Okay. Here one more sum I am giving better. Here it is an important sum also. Calculate the amount of oxygen required to get combustion of 480 grams of magnesium. Find the mass of magnesium oxide. Okay, first of all understand this question. First of all, this one. Calculate the amount of oxygen. Okay, is nothing but mass of oxygen. Okay, it is required for combustion of 480 grams of magnesium. Okay, to consume. Okay, combustion is nothing but burning. Okay, to burn magnesium, 480 grams of magnesium, how much amount of oxygen is required? They are asking. Okay, after finding mass of oxygen, you have to calculate the mass of magnesium oxide also. Okay, so here simply they are giving better magnesium is giving and oxygen also giving and magnesium oxide, all the three are given. Okay, so here the related equation is what is better? Magnesium plus oxygen, okay, is giving rise magnesium oxide. Okay, is giving rise magnesium oxide. So after balancing, here's 2 and here also 2. Now understand the sum, understand the equation better. Here 2 moles of magnesium is reacting with the 1 mole of oxygen and produce how much amount of magnesium oxide, means how many moles here? 2 moles of magnesium oxide. This is the equation. Now see here, here 2 moles of magnesium. How many moles it is? 2 moles. Here oxygen how many moles? 1 mole. And magnesium oxide 1 mole. Okay beta, 2 moles means how much amount here? 2 mole means 1 mole of magnesium is equal to 24 grams. 1 mole of magnesium is equal to 24 grams. So 2 into 24 grams of magnesium reacting with the 1 mole of oxygen. 1 mole of oxygen is equal to how much beta? 32, because here oxygen, each oxygen atomic weight is 16. So 16 2s are 32. So 1 mole of oxygen is equal to 32 grams beta. So here according to equation what we can understand here, 2 into 24 grams of magnesium reacting with 32 grams of oxygen and produce how much amount of magnesium oxide here? 2 into 2 moles, 2 into 1 mole of magnesium oxide equal to how much? Magnesium atomic weight is 24. Next oxygen atomic weight is 16. 24 plus 16 how many grams? So 40 grams. Okay, see the equation properly and understand. Here 2 into 24 grams of magnesium is consumed by 32 grams of oxygen and produce 2 into 40 grams of magnesium oxide. This is the information you are getting from the chemical equation, balanced chemical equation. Okay, now compare this information with the sum beta. So here calculate the amount of oxygen is required to get combustion, to consume or combustion of 480 grams of magnesium. Combustion is nothing but burning. Okay, to burn the magnesium, how much it is? 480 grams. To burn magnesium, here how much amount of oxygen is required? They are asking beta. Okay, look at here magnesium and oxygen, compare this. Here this much of magnesium is required. This much of magnesium is required to get this much of magnesium is consumed by 32 grams of oxygen. So 2 into 24 grams means how much it is? 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. So 48 grams. Okay, 48 grams of magnesium is combustion by how many grams of oxygen? 32 grams of oxygen. Understood? 32 grams of oxygen. And next here see the question, 480 is given. Now 480 grams of magnesium. 480 grams of magnesium. Okay, combustion by how many grams of oxygen? That is your question. So X equal to cross multiplication. So 480 into 32 by 48. So how much beta it is? 480 by 48. So 10 times here. 10 into 32. So 320. How much it is? 320. 320 grams of oxygen is required. 320 grams of oxygen is required to consume how many grams of magnesium? Here 480 grams of magnesium. That is your answer. But here only half of the sum is completed. Okay, they are continue the sum better. Find the mass of magnesium oxide also. Already here, according to equation here, how many grams of magnesium oxide is produced? 2 into 40 grams of magnesium oxide is produced. According to equation, here 48 grams of magnesium is reacts with the 32 grams of oxygen and giving 80 grams of magnesium oxide. But now here in the sum, how many magnesium is used? How many grams of magnesium is used? 480 grams. Okay, for 480 grams, how many grams of oxygen is required? 320 grams of oxygen is required. Okay, and next, how much amount of magnesium oxide is produced in this case? Understand, here in the equation, 48 grams of magnesium is consumed by 32 grams of oxygen. So how much amount of magnesium oxide is produced? 80 grams. Okay, that is according to equation. But coming to sum here, how much amount of magnesium is used here? 480 grams. Okay, for that, how much amount of oxygen is required? 320 grams. Okay, in that case, how much amount of magnesium oxide is produced? How much amount of magnesium oxide is produced? So that's why here we have to calculate the magnesium oxide mass also. Okay, so for that, here look at this. For that, here 320. Here the oxygen, how much we got? 320 grams of oxygen is used to consume the 480 grams of magnesium. Okay, and next here 32 grams of 32 grams of oxygen. 32 grams of oxygen consumed. Okay, then how much amount of magnesium oxide is produced here? According to equation, see the equation. Okay, again I will write better. See the equation. Here this is the equation. Magnesium plus oxygen is giving rise magnesium oxide. Okay, this is the equation. Okay, but here 32 grams. 1 mole means 32 grams. Here magnesium oxide. Okay, 2 into 40 grams. 2 into 40 grams. Here magnesium only. 2 into 24 grams. 2 into 24 grams. Look at here. Here in the sum, they are using how many grams? 480 grams. For 48 grams, how much oxygen is required? 32 grams. For 480 grams, how much amount of oxygen is required? 320 grams. Don't confuse. Okay. Now here in this case, how much amount of magnesium oxide is produced? Okay, find the mass of magnesium oxide. Okay, try to understand better. Okay, now here compare with the magnesium to magnesium oxide or oxygen to magnesium oxide. Okay, or else look at here better. I will compare like this. Okay, here 2 into 24, 48 grams. 48 grams of magnesium react with the oxygen and produce how much amount of magnesium oxide here? 40 into 2, so 80 grams. 80 grams of magnesium oxide. 80 grams of magnesium oxide. Okay, now here 480 grams of magnesium. 480 grams of magnesium is giving how much amount of magnesium oxide. Okay, now the mass of magnesium oxide, X equal to cross multiplication 480 into 80 by 48. Okay, here 10 times children. Okay, 10 into 80. So how much it is beta? 800 grams. Don't confuse. According to equation, 48 grams of magnesium is consumed by 32 grams of oxygen and produce how much magnesium oxide? 80 grams of magnesium oxide. Okay, that is according to equation. In the sum, how much amount of magnesium is utilized here? 480 grams of magnesium is used. Okay, for that, how much amount of oxygen is required? Already we calculated. How much it is? 320 grams. Okay, in this case, how much amount of magnesium oxide is produced? Okay, so the mass of magnesium oxide, how much it is, better? 800 grams. That is your answer. Understand?